AP fam. Today I get to share with you two of my greatest passions, my love for Christ and cooking. I am back. I am going to pan sear, then lightly roast Porterhouse steaks. Porterhouse steaks are the short loin toward the end cut of the cow, of the beef, which is really wonderful. I prefer a porterhouse steak or either a T-bone steak, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. Because this has the bone in it, and the bone gives off a great aroma and taste to the steak too, which is really important when you're eating a steak. You really want to get the flavor in there. The bone really enhances. You know, if we were having a ham or something, we would take that and we would keep the bone for later because it seasons the food so well. And so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to season the porterhouse steaks for you, and then I'm going to pan sear them for you and roast them for you. And check out this recipe. It's something that you can add to your list of recipes, which is really simple and easy to do. So let's take a look at the steaks now that I'm preparing to season for you. Okay, here are the steaks, and what I'm going to do is that I am going to just season with some black pepper. Both sides of it, you want to do it. Get both sides of it. And some adobo, my trusty adobo as always. Not too much. I'm really trying to use minimum salt. And it's just good for anyone that is of age or period. Let's put it like that. That we don't need a lot of salt on our food. This is a no salt seasoning that I picked up from Costco. Wonderful seasoning, a blend of seasonings in it too. Just wonderful blend of it. I got my pan already with oil hot in it, and we're just gonna sear these on both sides and then take them and put them in another pan and put them in the oven on roast for a couple of minutes is all you need to do, because I just want to brown them a little bit more. And sometimes I like them charred, and so you have to cook them to your liking, but most of all, for me, my steaks must be well done. I don't want them any other way. I want them well done. So all I'm doing is seasoning it with this. My trusty seasonings. I think I'm going to add a hint of Worcester sauce to the steaks too, just to add a little bit more flavor to them. That's all I'm going to do. This once again is my adobo. Black pepper. I'm sprinkling on just lightly around on it. I got some potatoes that I've got in the oven too. So I'm gonna have some baked potatoes with, and I'm gonna stuff them with some broccoli. I'm gonna steam some broccoli. So they're pretty much done on both sides. Oh, I missed this latter part here, this one. That's what I missed. My no salt seasoning. You wanna season them up very well. You really wanna get to that and make that happen. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take these and I'm going to go over to the stove, and we are going to put them in a skillet. I'm going to use a cast iron skillet. So stand by as we move over to the stove now. Okay. I'm going to now take these, take a little butter and put some butter in here. Butter just makes the steak taste so much better, I tell you. So I just want to get the butter down in the skillet. I don't have to wait till it all melts and put the butter in there. I'm going to do that. Sometimes I take some herbs and put in there. And I wish I had some herbs to put down in there now, but I don't have the herbs to put down in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some garlic in here. Some whole cloves of garlic. I'm going to put some whole cloves of garlic down in here. Yep, that'll just put flavor in there. I'm going to take a few onions, put on the side of here. This is just going to add a flavor for my porterhouse steak. And I'm going to take my steak and sit it in this hot skillet. Just like that. One at a time. Let it cook down really slow. That's all you need to do. You're going to pan sear it Once I pan sear it on this side, then I'm gonna take it out, put it on a huge pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and prepare to put it in the oven. All three of them can fit on there. This is just on the side, and I'm not going to take those out. I'm going to let those cook in there. While that is in there, I got some savory seasonings that I'm going to put down in the oil to enhance the butter and the oil as this is cooking. Normally I put like an herb, herbs, and have them tied together on here, but I didn't have any. I said I'll just try the savory seasonings this time. I'm quite sure it's just going to be just as good too. The aroma of this is wonderful. Wonderful. I'm going to turn this over on this side. Just want to pan sear it. That's all I want to do. Turn my fire up high. Get it on the sides there. I can smell the onions. Got a few more I'm going to put in here. Let this cook. I have 3 steaks for dinner for tonight for myself and my boys. There we go. And then just let that cook. And I got the fire on high once again. And I'm just going to let it just cook. So stand by as it's cooking and searing on this side. You want the skillet to be hot when you sear this. There we go. Okay, that's one coming on out. So I can get all the flavor in there. I'm not fully cooking it because I'm going to cook it further when I roast it. Got my fire on high. You can smell the garlic, all of the flavors in here. I'm going to put these even on top of here. All of the savory herbs in here, I can smell. Gonna add a little bit more butter to my dish each time as I'm doing this. And this side for this steak. There we go. Don't take no time for these. I tell people so often, don't leave your food in the kitchen either. And just walk away from it. A lot of people just leave their food in the kitchen and walk away from it. You expect for it to be maintained and you're not present. How can that happen? It'll burn up, scorch. You got to see how much oil you have in there that you need in there. It's important. I'm going to turn this one over. This is cooking rather fast now. So all I want to do is just the pan sear it. What I'm doing is getting all these flavors in this steak too, before I put it in the oven on roast. The butter in it, the onions are gonna get a flavor. I put whole garlic in here, which really makes a difference too. I'm gonna pan sear one more. One more time. Okay. Pull this one out. Put it in the pan. We have just one more. This is the 3rd Porterhouse steak we're putting in here. There we go. This is great to make some gravy with too. And I think I may do that if I have some cream. The residue from this, oh my God, it's so wonderful. To add a little flavor to it as well. I'm going to go ahead and make some gravy with that too. Show you how to do that right at the end of this. Because all of them can't go in the skillet, and I'll keep the skillet and make some gravy for this. Light gravy to go on top of it. Not much. Just a little bit. the butter in there because I don't want the skillet to char too bad. Let's turn this one over as well. A bone in a steak will make a difference. I'll say that again to you. Will make a difference in it. It enhances the flavor so much, but some folks don't like it, so it's really to your liking. After you've had a steak a while or two, you'll know exactly what to do with it. You know your choice too. Now, the ribeye is not my choice. Porterhouse and T-bone is my choice of my steak. I like a little filet mignon every now and then. Too much lean on the filet mignon, don't want that. Let's look at it now. And take it out. Put it in the oven, let it cook a little bit more. That's all we're gonna do. Let it cook a little bit more. Just want to get the flavor in there. I think I got it. All right, let's take this one out. That's all we needed to do. Because we're going to put it in the oven once again. You don't want to overcook your steak. Even when it's well done, it can be too done. So I'm going to turn the fire down on here. We're going to come back to this. I'm going to put my oven on roast and prepare to put my steaks in the oven on roast on 350 degrees. I'm going to slide this over because I don't want that to burn while I'm doing this. Steaks in the oven on roast. Maybe 10 minutes at the most. That's it. Right. While that is sitting here like this, that's pretty hot. I'm gonna make some gravy with that. If I have some cream. Yes, I do. I always keep some cream because I don't know if I'm gonna put it in some cream of wheat, some oatmeal. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in. I'll make some gravy like right now. Right now I'm just gonna make a little bit of gravy to go on the steaks. A white gravy. Trust me, it'll be flavorful because all the flavor's already in here. That's all we're doing is just a little bit right there. That's it. Blend this in. You leave everything in the skillet that's already there. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is that. Make a savory gravy for this. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit of flour in here just to thicken it. That's all I'm going to do. Let me taste it right now. Oh my God. It needs a little bit of adobo. Got the savory flavors in there already from what we had. I'm going to put a little bit of the no salt seasoning in there. Do that as well. A little bit more black pepper. And I don't think I'm going to put any flour in it. I don't need it thick. I just want a light sauce over it. That's all you need to do. And this is how you make a cream gravy for your food. Using the same skillet that you had to cook the food in. Yes. You want to get the residue from the bottom of it. That's all you want to do. Just get a little bit of it. Not a lot of it. There we go. That's the gravy for that. We'll be back. We're going to go ahead now and we're going to just monitor the Porterhouse steaks that are in the oven, which would be about a good 10 minutes, as I said. 2 minutes have gone by already, and then we're going to flip them over. All right, we'll give you a glance at that too. Okay, here's a glimpse of the Porterhouse steaks. They've been in the oven for about 5 minutes. I flipped them already to the other side. They're going to be 5 minutes on this side, and then they'll be ready for me to pull them out. All right, just stand by, everybody. Don't they look good? Hey P-Fam, I am back with the finished presentation for the Porterhouse steaks. I can't wait to eat dinner. I'm still waiting on the potatoes to come out of the oven. I'm going to do potatoes with them. going to stuff the potatoes. Got some broccoli I'm steaming, and I'm going to stuff the potatoes with some broccoli and some butter. And I think that'll be a wonderful dinner. But before we close out, I always like to prepare and give you a word. And I thought about something that had taken place over the past week, how another individual encountered someone that said something against them or that was inappropriate, or they should not have spoken about their life in the first place. And they prayed for them rather than being angry and saying malicious things against them. And so I want to say for us as the children of God to pray for those that despitefully use you and say all manner of evil against you. That's the word of the Lord for us. The Bible says, I'll make your enemy your footstool. So why should we fret? Why should we be discouraged? Why should we be angry? You may have had a friend 15, 20, 25 years, and that friend has turned their back on you. And then the question I would ask you, were they really a friend? Had you been watching the signs in the first place, or were you just too caught up in the relationship? We must pay attention. We must pay attention. So that's going to be very important for us to pray for those. Pray for those individuals in your home, your children, your spouse, your relatives that are doing malicious things or undercover things against you in some kind of way. We've got to trust God in every area of our lives. That is what I want to leave you with today. Trust God. Pray for individuals. Prayer is key. I often say and use the quote that prayer is a spiritual vitamin that we must partake of every single day. Jesus did, and everything that he did, he prayed. Okay, now I want to show you this final presentation. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Check it out now. Check it out. Check it out. Here we go. Bam. That's the Porterhouse Steaks. Here's the sauce that I made as well too. A little cream sauce that'll go over them lightly so that they won't be too dry. You don't have to put any other steak sauce on. I really don't like steak sauce on my steak. I want to get the flavor of the steak, and these are well done. The onions are sauteed. I got the other whole clove of garlic sitting there too. It just added flavor to the meal. 3 Porterhouse Steaks. Take the time out. Just put them on the top of the stove in a skillet of your choice. Pan sear them on each side first just to enhance the flavor in there, and then take them and put them in the oven on roast for no more than like 5 minutes per side, and they will be well done. Okay, and if that's too much for you and you like a medium rare, then 3 minutes per side, something like that, and test it along the way. Well, the more that you do it, the more you become familiar with what you really like. But take time out and treat yourself to a steak. If you like this video, please share it with someone else. Do that. Subscribe. Turn on the notification button that every time that I provide you with a video, you're able to view it. Until next time.